accounting requirements are the same. All business owners have to pay their employees and vendors, invoice their clients, and remit taxes. And all businesses desperately need meaningful information to help manage their operations. As a business owner or manager, do any of these scenarios sound familiar? You are on vacation and you can't get internet access to run payroll for your staff. Your financials show you are profitable, but you are struggling to have enough cash to make payroll and pay vendors. Your longtime bookkeeper came in this morning to give 2 weeks' notice. You had a computer crash and you're not sure when the last time your QuickBooks file was backed up. You are not sure what your staff are working on and can't easily distinguish between idle time and productive activities. You have won a government contract and now need to get ready for a DCAA audit. If the answer to any of these questions is yes, then you should consider outsourcing your accounting operation. Here are 10 reasons to do so. Time. The main reason a company considers outsourcing is to save time and money. Your time is your most valuable resource. There is only one of you. Outsourcing can help you stay focused on your company's mission and on your most important objectives. It is easy to get distracted with back office functions. Administrative tasks frequently have the highest priority of the day. For example, meeting the direct deposit deadline for payroll may be the most important task of the day on Wednesdays. No one would argue that payroll has priority over everything else in the company for that one critical day each pay cycle. However, most every day has similar important accounting deadlines: paying taxes, invoicing customers, paying bills. By focusing on the most critical task of the day, a manager can lose sight of the mission-critical tasks for the business overall. Meeting the daily administrative priorities can keep you from reaching your higher goals. Managers that are continually fighting accounting fires will miss out on opportunities to grow their business. Customer calls might not be returned as quickly, marketing campaigns not executed, and networking opportunities missed. You are not in the business of doing accounting. Even if you have an accounting degree or believe that you can easily learn how to manage your company's finances, it will consume your time. Just because something can be done doesn't mean it should be done. You will spend weekends and nights developing expertise in areas that take away from your business focus. Think of what all you can accomplish with those extra hours. Everyone needs downtime to reflect on their goals and objectives and to recharge their batteries. Accounting tasks can be exhausting and drain energy resources that are needed for you to run a successful business. Even if you hire staff to help you, managing staff is very time-consuming. Interviewing, hiring, training, and dealing with staff turnover. Money. It is expensive to run your own accounting department. The cost of employment is high. When you compare the cost of an employee to the price of outsourced services, outsourced services are often less expensive, especially when you add in the intangible benefits of a higher quality product. The outsourcing model is hard to match. With outsourcing, you only pay for what you need. Instead of overpaying for full-time employees, the outsourcing model is a team concept. Staff are assigned to your projects based on the level of expertise and time commitment required. Employee benefit costs must be factored into the decision to hire employees or to outsource the work. Average benefit costs increase your employment expenses by 30%. Minimize the high and unpredictable costs of health insurance, retirement plans, payroll taxes, and reduce the liability issues associated with having employees. All these costs are included in the fees you negotiate with your outsourced provider. Many companies we work for faced a 30% increase in insurance premiums for 2011. 2012 will undoubtedly bring more increases. Reduce your exposure to benefit cost increases by outsourcing your accounting operation. System costs. Purchasing, configuring, installing, and maintaining an accounting system is very expensive. Outsourced services usually include the accounting system as part of the fee structure. More than a few companies have wasted thousands of dollars installing their own accounting systems that don't live up to the vendor's promises and require an army to maintain. We have converted several companies from larger ERP systems to QuickBooks Enterprise and Journix and saved them lots of money. Have a qualified company manage your bills and deal with vendors. Better managing receivables can help you minimize on late fees and also to increase your overall cash flow. You can better maximize your investment in your key staff by keeping them focused on your business and to let someone else handle the back office functions. Accounting problems are disruptive to the whole company and will consume not just your time but also your key staff's time. You can provide the highest level technical service to your customer but lose their confidence with an inefficient and inaccurate invoicing and payment process. Having an outsourced provider that understands the tax and regulatory requirements can save you dollars in taxes and keep you in compliance. In addition to the IRS, companies that have federal government contracts are subject to federal acquisition regulations, government cost accounting standards, and they are audited by the Defense Contract Audit Agency. These rules require specialized knowledge that most companies don't have. The third reason is know-how. With outsourcing, you gain access to people with expertise in different areas: tax, government regulations, payroll. Small businesses have access to skilled staff that only a large company would normally be able to afford. Finding employees that have experience in your industry and that can handle all the functions you require can be very challenging. By outsourcing, a company can benefit from people that have experience in their industry and only pay for the level of experience appropriate for the specific functions needed. One of the most valuable benefits of outsourcing is that you're hiring people that have been there before. They have already developed best practices based on their training and experience. Your company gains a competitive advantage with proven systems and practices for your industry and avoid learning by trial and error. You will experience the benefit of hiring for the job and not for the position. With the outsourcing model, your company pays for only the number of hours needed for each function, from the file clerk to the CFO. Small companies frequently have to overhire to gain the expertise that they need for the critical functions, and they end up overpaying for the lower level work. The outsourced provider manages the staff they assign to your account with people that have expertise in the subject matter. The work performed is reviewed by a senior manager for quality and completeness. You also will have a senior person to deal directly with for defining new requirements and resolving any issues that may come up. If you need an expertise not normally required, the outsourcing company can bring in specialized and temporary help to support the special project. The fourth reason to outsource is focus. The outsource provider is very focused on your business. You are their client. Their job is to provide a level of customer service equal to the level of service that you provide to your clients. They're there to serve you. No task is considered too menial or too complicated. If they don't know an answer to a question, they will research it. If the senior person needs to be a file clerk for the day, they will gladly do so. They want to partner with you to make your business successful. The outsourced staff provide a level of service higher than many employees. They are being evaluated by their managers by the way in which they deliver services to you. Employees often become too comfortable in their jobs, but outsourced employees maintain focus on getting the job done as efficiently as possible. They answer to you, but also to their manager. Outsourcing companies are focused on meeting deadlines, not just external deadlines, but most importantly on meeting your internal deadlines. The manager will make sure that work is done on time and that it meets your requirements. The outsourcing staff are not building a career with your company. They are building a career with their own company. They don't get involved in company politics, and they don't require an office with a window. Internal controls. One of the most important reasons to outsource is to strengthen internal controls over your finances. Everyone has heard stories about the trusted bookkeeper that is arrested for embezzling thousands of dollars from his or her employer. We worked with a company that couldn't believe that their 60-year-old bookkeeper with all the pictures of her grandchildren on her desk would be capable of stealing money. Internal controls are required for all members of the organization, from the CEO to the part-time shipping clerk. No one is exempt. Companies that are dependent on a single individual to perform all the accounting functions are opening themselves up to theft. The company is also at risk for critical functions not being performed when the employee is sick or leaves the company unexpectedly. The outsourced provider uses a team approach with multiple people involved in each engagement. Staff members need to be rotated periodically to reduce the likelihood of theft. Forced vacations are critical, but very difficult for small businesses to manage. The outsourced provider will make sure that staff are rotated periodically. Outsourcing also means another set of eyes are reviewing the work being done. Separation of duties are critical to create a good internal control environment. A small business doesn't typically have sufficient staff to create the necessary separation of duties. Some examples of proper separation of duties include cash handling separated from bookkeeping. The person making the bank deposit shouldn't have access to the company books. It's easy to steal cash and record a transaction in the system that hides where the money went. Bank accounts should be reconciled frequently. Once a week is not too frequent. Managers should approve adjusting entries. Adjustments should be reviewed and approved because they often involve writing down company assets. All transactions and financial reports should be reviewed. Someone separate from the bookkeeper should review the financial reports for trends and abnormal changes in account activities. Management should authorize transactions before the cash is expended. The person writing the check should not be the person that authorized the purchase. A small company often can't afford to separate these functions with their own staff. The outsource provider will document the work steps and authorization requirements. They will also provide a template of policies and procedures to ensure good internal controls. They will provide written company policies and procedures, month-end close checklists, authorization and approval charts, and training manuals to assist everyone in the company to maintain good internal controls. Good internal controls also give management more control over the operations of their business. Having a strong internal control environment benefits management with clearer authorizations, better defined management responsibilities, timely and accurate financial reporting, and a better control of the company's assets. The sixth reason to outsource your accounting department is systems. Accounting systems are expensive to install and to maintain, and they can be configured many different ways. You have access to proven accounting systems. The provider will set up your company on an existing accounting system that has already proven to be stable and efficient. Because of the experience the provider has with other companies in your industry, your accounting system should meet the requirements of your industry. No two companies are exactly the same, though, so the accounting system should be customized for your specific company's needs. Security is critical with financial accounting systems. By outsourcing, you obtain user access security and data security. Only authorized people have access to the system. You use firewalls, user logons, and passwords. People can be restricted for read-only access. For an example, a project manager might have authority to print out reports but not enter transactions. And you have access restrictions to select modules and tasks. You probably only want certain people in your payroll file, for example. Data security. You should own your own data and not assume that things are being handled properly. We worked with a company that had a disk crash, and we had to help them recreate a year's worth of accounting transactions. Not a good experience. The outsource provider will make sure that your data is stored in a secure off-site location. In Central Texas this past month, we all became acutely aware of this need with the raging wildfires and the damage to homes and businesses. Hundreds of homes and businesses were destroyed in a single afternoon. Skilled staff should manage your data. This should always be an IT professional and not someone in the office that knows something about computers. The provider will ensure that you have access to the computer and that outages are infrequent and short. Downtime is costly to businesses with lost productivity and customer service. Redundant backups are critical. In addition to nightly backups, the provider should allow you as a company to also keep a copy of your accounting data on your server. Disaster recovery plans should be written, and a support desk should be provided. Stability. A stable accounting operation is critical to the success of your company. Outsourcing provides a more stable environment because you're hiring a company and not a person. You're minimizing the impact of employee turnover. You're providing backup for your positions. You and your staff may actually be able to take a vacation. You're partnering with a company that enhances your business. The outsourcing provider is someone you can partner with, and they are a complement to your business, providing expertise that you don't have in-house. The next reason is scalability. As your company grows or sometimes shrinks, you need to have an accounting operation that is scalable without disruptions to your normal business activities. You need a system that you can increase capacity easily, bring in fractional staff as needed. It gives you a way to easily add new system capabilities. Your outsource provider has already invested in the system, and they can easily expand with your growth by adding new systems, expanding functionality, setting your company up with new locations. Increasing or decreasing the service requirement will happen behind the scenes and is invisible to your employees. They will receive the service required for the stage your company is in. You can now act like a big company. You will have the capabilities of a large company without incurring their cost. Your company will be better managed, and you will gain an advantage over your competitors. Information. A good provider will add value to your business beyond the basic accounting function. Delivering information to manage your business and providing you with sound financial advice should be the primary goal of the outsource company. The outsource company knows a lot about your business because they are in the trenches with your data. A senior professional will be able to offer advice and suggestions. Reports will be customized to meet the questions important to your business. Information will be distributed to your managers to help them manage their staff and resources. Budgeting and cash flow tools will be provided, and dashboards, metrics, and ad hoc queries. It's easy to get lost in data, so summary information is critical. The underlying system is more than an accounting system. It is the foundation for delivering information that you need to manage your business. The strongest reason to outsource your accounting operation is to achieve peace of mind. Outsourcing these areas to someone you trust will allow you to experience reduced worries. No longer will you have to lay awake at night worrying about staff turnover, meeting deadlines, or having the information you need for an important meeting. You can better manage your risks by having a partner to help you reduce those risks. You will gain confidence having a team of people that will support you and help you pass your audits. Your provider should care as much about your business as they do their own. This last one is the biggest concern people have about outsourcing, and that is loss of control. Hopefully this webinar has shown that by hiring a trusted outsourcing partner to manage your accounting operation and systems, you will gain more control over your business than you've ever had. AIM Sourcing is a leader in outsourced accounting and information management services. We provide innovative business solutions to companies of all sizes and in all industries. Working together with our business partner, Jernix, we provide a turnkey accounting operation that has a strong systems foundation to help you better manage your company, your projects, and your staff. If you'd like further information about our company or outsourcing in general, please give me a call. Thank you. I'll turn it back over to James for questions.
Well, thanks, Sarah. Well, we've got about 5 minutes left, and we've got some questions beginning to come through. So I would encourage you, if you've not done so already, go ahead and click on the Questions tab and type in your question, send it across, and we'll see how many of these we can get to before the end. So, Sarah, our first one comes in from Matt. Matt asked the question. He says, do you have some best practices on how to evaluate outsourced providers and accounting systems? Is there some top-level things that you should look at when you're evaluating those outsourced providers and systems?
Yes, and actually this presentation can give you a good foundation for making those evaluations. It's always important to find someone that has the experience in your industry. Make sure that they have good security practices and that they are providing necessary internal controls. Just that's pretty much the 10 reasons can be a good list that you can go through. You need to find a provider that can actually meet all those needs.
Great. Our next question comes in from Lorna. Lorna asks, she says, Sarah, how small is too small to outsource, and perhaps on the other side, how big is too big?
We actually like to work with companies that are very small. There's a real advantage to getting a company set up properly to begin with, and as you're trying to grow a new company, it's very liberating not to have to worry about the back office functions. We provide the foundation. You can focus on developing your product, marketing your business. So I strongly recommend that you do this from the beginning and get your company off to a good start. Unfortunately, a lot of our clients come to us after they've already had a problem, and that's not that's a good time to outsource as well. But the recommendation is really think about it when you first start your company and you're small.
Thanks, Sarah. We've got about 2 minutes left, and so I'd encourage you, if you've not done so already, go ahead and send across your question using the Questions tab. Here's a question coming in from Rebecca. Rebecca asks, she says, what happens if I later decide to take my accounting operations back in-house? Are there some issues I'm going to run into?
No, but this would be a question to ask of the company that you're interviewing to handle your accounting. You want to make sure you find someone that understands that this is your data and your operation, and at the point in time you want to take it in-house or your business requirements change, then they should be able to make it a very smooth transition. And we've even worked with companies where we trained our replacement. And just in the logical nature of business evolution, there are times when the company is either too large or they're, something has changed, or they have new management that wants to just take the operation back in-house. That can easily be done, but that is a question that I would always ask up front.
Thanks, Sarah. Our next question comes in from Igor. Igor says, what is the ideal accounting system for my company? I know this is going to be a hard one to answer, Sarah, but I bet you've got some pointers on what you have good experience with.
Our foundation for our accounting service is built on QuickBooks Enterprise with add-on products like the Jernix timesheet and resource tracking system. We have done amazing things with these two systems integrated with each other, and all the capabilities of a large ERP you can gain within QuickBooks Enterprise and Jernix. So that is our recommendation based on our 10 years of working with a lot of different companies. And it's very scalable, and we have companies that have 400 and 500 people that are still on that platform. So that is my recommendation.
Great. Well, we've got about 1 minute left. I was going to see if we can squeeze in a last question here, Sarah. How about we do here's one. It comes in from Diane. She says, can I pick and choose the functions that I outsource, or is it kind of an all or nothing?
Yes, you can pick and choose. Most providers will let you do that. The way we set up with our clients is we host their files on our server, and that way we can do all of the accounting operation. We can do parts of it. They can continue to do some functions in-house. It really gives you the ability to pick and choose what you want to outsource and what you want to retain. And even if you are outsourcing everything, you have the ability to sign on and look at your live data at any point in time.
Great. Well, thank you, Sarah. Well, we've come to the end of our time, and I know that we've committed to have you back working productively in about 30 minutes, and we are there. So we're going to go ahead and close down the session today. I know we've still got some questions coming through, so I would encourage you, if you've got some additional questions that have not been answered yet, go ahead and send those across. I'll leave the session open for a few extra minutes, and we'll have Sarah respond to those questions offline. You may be asking, how is Jernix connected to Sarah? Sarah and her company are actually partners of Jernix. We've been around for 15 years, and we really help with investing your time wisely, basically in managing people, projects, time for billing, time for payroll. And if you have a need to track time and to get that into your payroll system or into your billing system, and figure out what people are doing and who's available for the next project, that's what Jernix does best. We've got some solutions called Timesheet and Project Execute that help in those areas. And so feel free to contact us if you'd like some information on our solutions and how we can help your organization to be more profitable. Also encourage you to visit the website shown there on the screen. We've got a webinar series going on this semester that is really stellar. We've got some great speakers who have many, many, many years of experience in their different topics. A couple of the webinars that we've got going on this semester, extending and enhancing Microsoft Project and Project Server. You sat in on today's webinar about outsourcing your finance and accounting operations. We've got an expert on how to successfully win and execute defense contracts teaching this semester. Also got some folks teaching on ways to increase profit with time management, and then some critical components of project success. So if you're interested in some PDUs or just some education from some experts to help you and your business grow further, feel free to visit our website and register for one of those live webinars, or you can look at about 18 months worth of our archive for back information on various speakers who have taught on different topics. Again, we want to thank Sarah for joining us today. We appreciate you for spending time with us, and we hope that all your projects are successful moving forward. Have a wonderful day. Thanks again for your attendance.